So to show you what I mean by integrate properly, I'd like to show this, this demo here. So what you have here is vRealize Operations Manager. On the left, we have the virtual environment. And on the right, we have the physical network. 2 leaf switches and 2 spine switches, just as you saw in the topology diagram in the previous slide. You also have information such as top talkers. And in the center, you have alerts. And you may notice there are quite a few alerts in this environment because it's a test environment not quite set up to best practices. But so here we see one of the most useful features of this environment, which is the trace flow feature Bruce was talking about before. You select 2 VMs, and VR Ops figures out how those 2 VMs connect, both in virtual space, where they're connected simply by a logical switch, but critically, also in physical space, where you see the complete path from VNIC to server to top-of-rack switch, ECMP routing across the spine to the egress top-of-rack switch and the egress server. And for each of those objects, you can mouse over it and see status information. And to show how this can help with troubleshooting, imagine there's a link failure, and one of your top-of-rack switches loses its connection to the spine. Here we just shut down the link, and what you can see is the leaf switch immediately turns red because we view a loss of connectivity to the spine as a critical outage. And you're trying to understand what's going on, so you'll go back to trace flow, and what you see now is a red badge on the right top-of-rack switch down there, and the loss of the alternate ECMP path because you can no longer reach that router. But thanks to equal cost multipath routing, you can see in the diagram above, the logical connectivity from one VM to the other is uninterrupted. And so now you can drill into the outage if you click on the badge and see the details of the problem, including which switch is affected, which physical interface on that switch, and then also other useful information. Like if you click on the alert for details, you'll see the time frame of when the link was down. So for each of these status indicators, you get a graph over time. It was down for a little while, it's been up for a while, and then just recently, it went down again. And that sort of contextual information can be so helpful when you're trying to troubleshoot a real-world problem. And now to show what it looks like when you resolve the issue, we go back to the switch and re-enable the interface. Of course, it was supposed to be enabled all along. And then back to vRealize Operations Manager, where you'll see the link status indication change, that the top-of-rack switch is now green once again. And if we go back to the trace flow diagram, you'll see once again that we have full connectivity restored. And so what you see here is that critical connection between the logical topology and the physical network being bridged, single pane of glass, where you can see the complete picture, virtual and physical.
All right, beautiful.
Thanks very much. Thank you.